Marcia Moore Design and with Marcia Moore, and then Mike with Beck-Allen Cabinetry. And we're actually in a house. It's about 7,000 square feet. We have a big event today, kind of showing some of the things you can do to the home, and they have some fantastic ideas. I'm just, the house has great bones, and just some touch-ups and some things you can do, and even some renovations that really aren't super costly, right, Mike? So what do you think?
We worked on two different aspects. We're totally removing the cabinetry and rebuilding the area.
Yeah.
We worked on just touching up and changing things that are in here.
Right.
Keeping the existing layouts and that type of thing.
Right. And I love, can we go over and talk about this first thing? Because I love what we talked about with the pantry here. You actually made better use of some of the space. Taking out, there is a walk-in pantry, so you think, oh, let me hop over here. So you think, if you're, that'd be great space, but yet you actually made a better use of that space without a big change in structure, correct?
Well, if you look at the corner pantry, all we did really was remove the walls.
Right.
And we moved the doorway that you're standing in down about 3 feet.
Okay.
So by doing that, we elongated the entire sink area. It allowed us to move the refrigerator, which I thought was a little bit crowded on this wall,
right,
over to here. Allowed us to put a nice range in this area and kind of free up the island. These days we don't do a whole lot of cooktops and cooking surfaces
right.
in the islands anymore. We try to keep them fairly clear.
I love that because you can actually have more entertainment, or if you've got a family and you want to, I loved when my kids were young, just having them sit around while you're cooking.
They like to do their homework.
Yes.
Nice place. Whenever you have people over, that's definitely a gathering place. Plus it gives you room to move around. If you're cooking or you're working on things, getting ready for a party,
right.
Everybody can be out in this area. The other thing it did by moving this down and expanding it, it allowed the island to become longer. So we were able to get more access to them and make it a little bit longer space. There's a lot of floor space that you're not going to use.
Okay.
So we tried to eat some of that up and use that also.
Okay. And I love, Marcia and I were just talking about the really cool different heights on your cabinetry and
we like to do that a lot. This is an older home. It's 17 years old. And back in the day when they designed these kitchens, they never had cabinets that they could do that with.
Sure, sure.
So now we try to get different places for visual breaks in your crown moldings. We like some things to the ceiling. We like to offset other things just to give kind of a nice detail to the entire kitchen. Makes it look a little bit more customized. We did the same thing over in the butler's pantry and the pantry area.
Right. Did
some different heights and depths, and flanking the windows, the way we did the kitchen sink and the refrigerator and that type.
Right. Very nice. And then the different things you talked, Marcia, you were talking about things you could do to cabinetry, change them out, or even, what are some ideas that you were talking about that we could do to the home?
So the first thing we did is bring in cabinets that we would use if we were totally redoing the project based on those plans.
Right.
So we have one cabinet that's got a really pretty glazed finish on it that would be the whole perimeter of the kitchen, most of the cabinets. And then a darker cabinet to use on the island itself. And then for the countertops, rather than going with granite, we're using a quartz top made by Cambria.
And that is beautiful.
It's a beautiful top.
I love it.
Yeah, it's virtually worry-free. You don't have to seal it and take care of it like you do granite. You just wipe it off with a cloth.
Right.
And it's a totally, it lasts forever, very, very sturdy countertop. And then we also have a handle. Just to give you an idea what a handle would look like there. So that's what we would do if we redid the kitchen. When you buy the house, you can't afford to redo the kitchen right away. There's some quick fixes you can do that are easy, don't take a lot of money, and would update the kitchen enough where you would like it for a while. So if we did nothing but paint the cabinets white, maybe put a little glazing on them to give them a little interest, maybe add some crown molding to them, and then paint the walls and hardware, You've got all these different kitchen stuff.
Now say it in what way? You can warm, dark colors,
you could do a dark gray or medium gray. You could do any color you wanted on the cabinet. Or you could have them finished in a different wood tone. You don't have to paint them.
One of the nice things about painting oak cabinets is the grain pattern still comes through, so it's a really classic look. A lot of times you see painted cabinets and they're smooth enamel, they're shiny, but whenever you paint cabinets with heavy grain, it's a really great look.
And one of the kitchens I redid where we kept the original cabinets because they were in very good shape. I have a guy who distressed them for me, actually put knife marks in them and holes in them so that they were very old. We did a dark wood finish on them. They were very much they were the original.
Right.
The painting contractors that we work with these days are amazing. I think they can accomplish.
And then as far as cost, so let's talk for just a second on cost for, you know, someone's wanting to do some of that structural, you know, change. What would be the price point, you know, ranges that someone would
If you're going to come in here and totally redo the way we have floors, you keep the floors because they're open, there's nothing wrong with them. We can patch in the edge, the oak actually runs into the pantry anyway.
Okay.
My thought would be all new countertops, you would buy new appliances. You'd have probably between $75,000 and $130,000 a year.
Okay.
To totally redo it.
Right. Well, and I like the fact that you took and made it more usable space.
Yeah.
And really, a lot of the things you guys are choosing are not like trendy. They're like really classic. So even though, you know, that sounds like a lot, for kitchen it's really not that much.
Because the best thing you can do in your house is to update your house.
Absolutely. I agree. I still see that where if the kitchen is done, and I have people all the time saying, you know, I'd love to redo a house or, you know, and then when they get in there, I mean, that is the one thing that you get more for your dollar, you know.
That's what we like about it.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.